My guests today are Juna and Joey, a brother sister superstar country duo known for their tight harmonies, viral success, and heartfelt songwriting. They first gained attention through YouTube covers with over 8 million views and a viral TikTok with over 10 million views, which led to two EPs recorded in Nashville and a growing national and international acclaim. In addition to writing their own songs and collaborating with major songwriters, Juna and Joey have performed at high profile events, opened up for stars like Morgan Wallen, Bailey Zimmerman, and Jason Aldean. They are here today with their brand new singles, two of them, by the way, Sip It Slow and Keep My Tab Open. So let's welcome the superstar country duo, Juna and Joey, to the show. Welcome.
Hey,
What's
how
going
are
on?
you?
Wait, well, I have to ask, how old were both of you when your musical chemistry came to light to become a musical duo?
Oh man, that's a long time ago. I kind of started singing and playing the piano around the age of 3 or 4. I was inspired to get into music through the movie The Little Rascals. I would watch it every day on my way to school, and I was obsessed with the talent show scene with Darla and Alfalfa. And they sang the song Love by Frank Sinatra, and I learned it and I performed it for our dad on our coffee table. And then he decided to get me into music lessons, and that's kind of how I started out in music.
I was a big sports guy. I played baseball for 8 years, played every single sport you can think of. And then I eventually went to one of Juna's lessons, and the teacher was like, "Do you sing?" And I was like, "Nah, just sing just for fun." And then I eventually went to the piano, started humming, and she was like, "Oh my God." She's like, "We got to get you lessons." And then we eventually formed a rock band. Did that for a couple years. We did School of Rock as well, and eventually we split off into the duo. And now we go to Berklee College of Music in Boston. We're doing songwriting and we're touring, and we finally just opened, or very soon opening a venue down here in Goodlettsville in Tennessee, and we're going to be opening a songwriting venue. So it's gonna be a blast.
Wow. Not only are you a musical duo, you're entrepreneurs as well. That is the coolest thing ever. I mean, to to go that route. I mean, I literally applaud both of you for that. And it's just in a way, it's just giving back to your own industry. How does that feel?
It feels so great. We're super excited to have some of our close songwriter friends come in and play some rounds and bring their friends and hear new music and meet new people. It's just going to be such a great community of songwriters. And we're going to have some live bands in there too, and maybe some disco night, karaoke night. Like, we're just going to have a fun time, and it's just going to be a big community of music lovers. And we can't wait.
Well, for both of you, who are your musical influences?
Oh man, there's so many. We started off, like Joey said, in the classic rock genre. We were doing Blondie and Led Zeppelin and Heart, Leonard Skinner, like all of that type of music. And then once we started to get into country, our mom always had like old time country music on the radio. And so we listened to a lot of that. And also, obviously, some of our friends that are up and coming in the industry now, we listen to a lot of their music and some more modern country, just kind of everything we can. We just love music in general. So we don't really stick to one genre. We kind of just listen to whatever feels right.
Well, I
I listen
understand. No,
to
go ahead,
genres.
Joey.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of genres, old country, new country. I love jazz. I love everything. It's just
Well, it makes you a more well-rounded musician, doesn't it?
Oh,
yeah, it
yeah,
definitely helps with
definitely.
all the genres, knowing a lot more. So
So, I understand that on YouTube you accumulated over 8 million views. And was that just kicking off just doing some covers? And from a lot of musicians that I talked to, a lot of them started doing that during the pandemic. Is that what happened?
Well, actually, we started doing covers on YouTube. I'd say like 10 years ago, maybe like super long time ago. We had like a mentor and a coach at the time, and he would teach us piano. And then he kind of became our piano teacher to like our videographer because he had so many talents.
he had a bunch of roles.
Yeah,
So
and so we would record the songs and then film them and post like once or twice a week, just of any song up and coming country. We'd even branch out and do some like pop music. We kind of just would do whatever was trendy at the time. And it's actually funny because our most viewed video is actually "Someone You Love" by Louis Capaldi, which is not a country song, but everybody loved it so much. And that's kind of how we started to gain a lot of attraction and attention, was from those videos when we were so young. Like, I had braces, and Joey was like so young at the time. But we still have so many fans from even back then that reach out to us. We're like, we remember you guys from YouTube. Like, we've been following you ever since. So we have a strong foundation over there.
So what was it like when you went over to TikTok?
That was
Um,
during the pandemic, actually, is when we went over into TikTok,
yeah,
and
now TikTok is popping.
huge.
We try to go live as much as we can. Done a couple tours along our journey, and we always get people from the tour saying, "Oh my God, we went to the UK, and we did a school tour, and we get a bunch of kids on the lives saying, 'You guys changed my life. I love country music now,' or 'We miss you. Come back.'" So it's like really cool just to see, like, our fans loving what we're doing, and just continuing releasing music, and just
Well,
love it.
that's one of my questions to both of you because I was amazed that both of you had done a European tour. What is it like to actually set up a solo European tour?
Well, we actually were opening alongside of one of our favorite artists. Her name's Twinny, and she is from the UK. So we opened up for her through a couple of venues like Scotland, England, Wales. And then a month after that, we went and did a school tour through all of those places as well. And we would do like 2 or 3 schools a day and like 4 to 5 classes. So we were doing like 4 or 5 shows a day. And that's when we really got to connect with the fans directly, because they were also around our age group at the time. So it was very easy for them to relate with the messages that we were giving. We did a speech on anti bullying and just self confidence, and just trying to really emotionally connect with them and get them to like listen to what we were saying,
Well,
and
that
just
I was wondering because when you said school, I started to think if y'all were talking to all of the students about the anti-bullying, and tell me about that.
yeah, we actually have a song that we released a couple of years ago. It's called Anchor. And that song we wrote because we had known a lot of people in the school that were getting bullied, and in our classrooms, and people that we had known personally. And it just really affected us because we just felt so terrible, and we needed to write about it. And our manager, she heard the song for the first time. We were like, "Oh, it's nothing. It's just this song we wrote, and I don't think it'll do anything." And our manager was like, "Are you kidding? Like, we need to put that out. Like, people need to hear this." And so we're like, "You're right." So we did a video, and at our old school, and it was so great. And it's about having that one person that just grounds you like an anchor, and someone that's there for you, and someone that you can be with and be there to talk to. And that's kind of the message we had when we were going into the schools. That was the mindset that we wanted to instill in the kids, and just have them have a better experience in school.
I just think that is so wonderful. But I have to ask you because you've done a European tour. Of course, you play here in America. Are the audiences different between the two continents?
Yeah, they were very supportive when we played the shows. Like, after the show, they came up to us, signed merch and stuff, and were very supportive. And the food was quite different as well. It was actually a crazy experience, and definitely want to go back.
Yeah,
Um,
we were a little bit worried of how they would react to us, like if they would like country music or if they would be weirded out. I don't know. Like, we were kind of nervous,
yeah, we even
but
threw a couple like pop songs in there, like
yeah,
"Watermelon Sugar" by Harry Styles. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh my god, I love Harry Styles.
But
Um,
like Joey said, surprisingly, they were actually very welcoming and intrigued and interested to get to know us and take pictures. So we were like, we were honored. We were loving it.
Yeah, we
Well,
were signing so many papers too. Like, they were all lined up, all the
Yeah.
students. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm never gonna wash my hand again." And
And the teacher, let's go. You need to get back to class.
let's go, get back to class. Yeah,
well, with a lot of the artists that I've talked to that have toured Europe, and it doesn't matter what genre of music, because I know in Europe, rock still reigns. I mean,
yeah,
it's
For
like
sure.
it's still there. You can enjoy it here in America. It's like, where did it go? But even with the country artists, country is widely accepted in Europe. And I know a lot of artists that love touring the UK because the audiences are so receptive. And so I think it's so great that as young as both of you are, that you've had the chance to experience that now.
No, yeah, we're so honored and we're so grateful that we got to go over there and experience that and just play some country music.
Well, how much has your social media played into your musical success?
Well, I think that our start on YouTube is kind of what really started our whole social media world and our presence. And then we went over to TikTok, and then we've always had our Instagram kind of just steady throughout the
And
years,
Facebook
posting.
as well.
Facebook as well, also. And I think that's definitely impacted our career because we get to reach such a wider audience. And we've had a couple like viral videos of either our music or just trends or different things where people have seen like our content. And also we did a television show on Nickelodeon, America's Most Musical Family, and I think that has also helped tremendously as well. We have people comment all the time that they've seen us on the show, and even my neighbor, like I was on a golf cart in my neighborhood, and then someone was like, "Oh my God, you're that girl from that show," and I'm like, "Wait, you really?" So I think that has like definitely made an impact as well. I think everything that you do online makes an impact
Well,
either
I
way.
think that, well, you both of you know this very, very well. I mean, you don't have to tell me anything, but social media for recording artists is one of the most important things that they need to learn and grasp because
Definitely.
for some, the record contracts aren't out there. It's all about being an independent artist. Now, are you considered an independent artist?
Yes, we are considered an independent artist. We are signed with an independent record label. So we work with her. And we've been working with her for around 6 or 7 years. It's just us and her. And we're just build this thing from the ground up and just taking it one day at a time.
It's called You Tell Me.
That's cool. That's for publishing. You tell me publishing.
You tell me. I love that. I love that. Now, for both of you, what have you learned by opening up for people like Morgan Wallen and Jason Aldean?
Definitely learned how to, you know, it's very inspiring watching these artists, and hopefully one day we'll be at that level. And yeah, it's kind of cool to also see upcoming artists as well. Like we love touring, so like if we have like artists around in Nashville and we're all touring together and we're all building each other up, that's what's the most fun about it. And
Yeah.
seeing these artists is something that makes us want to keep going.
Yeah. We've also learned a lot about like engaging with the crowd and knowing how to make them have a good time and knowing what they want to hear and what they want to listen to and
They
just
really,
making sure they have the best experience because they're going to come back to buy
yeah,
tickets.
they really want to put on the show. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing about shows. It's not just what you hear; it's also what you see
Yeah.
and how you interact with them after the show as well.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't realize how some of the biggest country stars ever were actually signed to their record contracts. Like Garth Brooks was signed because his stage show rocked the house. And that's why he got signed. It wasn't for his voice, it was for what he did on stage that got him signed. And the rest is all history. And then there are those that their songs just are the ones that drive their careers. For both of you, if you if you had a chance to do a collaboration with a major country artist, who would it be?
I would have to say Dan and Shay because I am just obsessed with their harmonies and their music. It's catchy, but it's so like gives you chills. It's relatable, and their voices are just like magnetic together. So I would love to do a duo with them, like a duo and duo. Like I think that would be so sick. So them for sure would be my
Yeah,
top.
Brothers Osborne. I've really been listening to them lately. They're really good, and they have tight harmonies as well. And I feel like his voice kind of meshes with mine because we have similar ranges. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be legendary.
I'm really surprised that both of you picked modern day artists because I've talked to McBride and the Ride and was talking to Terry and how one of the things that sometimes we miss in country music or something that people don't actually pay attention to is harmony. And harmony is something that, when it comes to pop music, it was the Bee Gees that defined what harmony was. And to still hear harmony today is just to me one of the greatest things. And both of you have that harmony. So tell me about these two new singles that are out, Keep My Tab Open and Sip It Slow. And I found it a bit humorous because you both of you look like you're barely old enough to drink. So what is it about the two drinking songs? In title only, I should say.
Well, Sip It Slow, that was our most recent single that we just put out. And it's kind of about, it's super relatable song, I feel like, with anybody. And it's kind of about that person that you see, like your coworker or somebody like around the office, and like you just have this like connection to them and you both are interested in each other, but no one's saying anything and they're kind of just like not really doing anything about it. And then they go out for drinks and then the feelings are just out on the table. And but they want to kind of sip it slow and they want to see where it goes and they don't want to ruin anything. And that's so relatable, I feel like, with relationships these days. They start out you start out as friends, or start out just
Well,
passing by.
it's the emotional slow dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Exactly.
like watching a streaming series where you see two characters in the very beginning, and and slowly they revealed the
Yeah.
chemistry. So I get the whole sip it slow because I really love the song because it's a very mellow country song, and I love that tone. My wife laughs at me because she's like, you're the yacht rock king, and because I love middle of the road pop and classic rock songs, but I've also loved that same sound that we can get in country music. So when I heard
Mhm.
Sip It Slow, I was like, I like this one. You know, so I love it. I love the meaning behind it. But what's the story behind Keep My Tab Open?
Well, it's basically about, so you walk into the bar and you see that 10. You're like, oh man, I got to get over there. And then, so you have a great night, order some food and some drinks. And towards the end of the night, obviously, every bar closes. Some stay open 24 hours, but um, you basically want to keep your tab open. You know that you got to leave, but you just want to keep the tab open and keep the conversation going. And it's a catchy one, and we're excited to film a music video for it. We think that it would be a pretty awesome. So.
Yeah, it's a great song, and it kind of carries a little bit. I think isn't Keep My Tab Open. It's just, well, Sip It Slow is more mellow.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then Keep My Tab Open is a little bit more upbeat, and I love both the songs. And I understand that your last full EP was in 2021. Do you have a new album on the horizon?
Yes, we've been writing a lot more music recently, and our style has kind of just been developing with each EP that we put out. We're kind of just finding exactly where we want to fit, and we're finding like who we are as artists. And the more music we write, the more we uncover our artistry. And so we've been writing a lot more recently. We're really excited to get back in the studio and put out some new music. And we're really excited for what the fans think. And we're going to start posting some teasers on TikTok of all of the songs. We just have to kind of get them together. Like they're all here. We need to like pick which ones and get our ducks in a row. There's so many
Wow.
options.
I mean, both of you have just superstar quality, and how you've built your musical career so far is just awe-inspiring, to say the least. And for both of you, because you write your own songs, what is it like writing solo versus writing together, and maybe writing in a songwriting group?
I'd say it's different all around. Like I feel like personally, the more the merrier. Like I like to have a lot of people in the room. I like to hear like a lot of opinions and just see where everybody's direction is, because you could have one idea and six people come with a different song with one idea, like because everybody hears things differently and creates a story differently. So I think it's really cool to have all those different perspectives. But then also like a one-on-one session is really great too, because you could just, not be so worried. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of just open up to this person. It's like you're having a conversation. You know, there's not so many people. So I think it's different depending on what style you want to write. If you want to write a slower song, if you want to write more upbeat, like just depends. I think it's
Yeah, we usually just, you know, sit on the couch, have a couple snacks. We like to have, obviously, writes in person it's a way better connection, but you know, we do it on Zoom as
Mhm.
well, and we'll have a couple ideas, we'll strum a couple chords, and you know, go from there. But sometimes we write a song in 30 minutes. Sometimes it takes 2 hours. Sometimes we don't finish it.
Sometimes you never finish it or it takes 2 weeks. It just all depends. And we also have a hook book, each of us, where it's just like a notes page in my phone. It's not like an actual book, although it'd be cool. It's just a notes page because it's more convenient. And it's just all the ideas or thoughts that go through our heads that we want to bring to the table to a writer's room one day. It's so funny because sometimes I'll be looking through it and I'm like, what was I even trying to say there? Like, that is horrible. But
And you call it the hook book?
yeah, the hook book.
I love that. See, here's the thing that, and I can argue this forever, but one of the things I find missing partly in country music is the good hook.
Mhm.
And if artists would look back to the 1980s country, early 1990s country, the hooks were the best.
They had them.
I mean, Randy Travis, Alan Jackson. I mean,
Mhm.
the list goes on. I mean, Shenandoah. I mean, if you think Brooks and Dunn. I mean,
Yeah.
all of those acts back in the day, they were the they were their hook singing superstars, but it was people like Paul Overstreet that was writing a lot of those songs. My gosh, I'm trying to think of all the other ones that all the other. Well, Terry McBride's one of them too, because he was writing songs for other people. You know, you had Dwight Yoakam. I mean, they knew what a hook was,
Yeah, they knew what they were
and
doing.
if you get the right hook and you get the song to where the audience or people driving down the street and listen to the radio and they can literally pick up the song and start singing along with it, that to me is a hit
Yeah,
song.
definitely.
So I
Get
love that. The hook book.
Yeah,
What
no.
is that, Joey?
guitars, Cadillacs.
You know what? Sounds like your voice and Dwight's would work very well together.
He's like more guitars, Cadillacs. But yeah,
I don't think there's anybody cooler than Dwight Yoakam.
No.
yeah, he's got
He
an
has the
interesting. He has
most
like,
interesting voice
yeah.
ever.
If you like hear him sing, you know it's him.
Yeah,
Kind of
it's so
voice.
great.
Have you ever seen him live?
No.
Oh
So.
man, that's a
Yeah.
show. That is a
Oh,
show. I mean,
Oh,
right down to the close. That's a show. So if you're gonna do it right. Dwight does it right. But
Mhm.
ladies and gentlemen, Juna and Joey, they are excited to release two of their new self-penned singles, Keep My Tab Open and Sip It Slow. Head over to junaandjoey.com for all of their music, all of their upcoming tour dates, as well as that brand new album that we're all going to be anticipating to come out. And for both of you, when that new album does come out, you're going to have to come back.
Sounds great.
will
Can't
do.
wait.
Well, again, head over to junaandjoey.com, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you follow them on YouTube, subscribe to their channel, follow them on TikTok, Instagram, all of their social media. Keep tabs on them, and when they start singing, sing along with them. And when they come to your town, what do I suggest that you do? You buy the ticket, you go see them in person, and you buy the merch. Celebrate and support your independent recording artist. These two are on their way to the top, so make sure you follow them and follow their incredible journey, because I'm expecting a lot from Juna and Joey. Again, thank you to both of you for being on the show, and for the rest of you, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll be back with more.